Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode number 65. The show where we listen to you guys, and we take all the apps that you suggest for us, and we talk about them. Wait. No, we don't really do that, guys, do we? We just bring whatever we want. You know, it's more about us for Scratch Heads.
We could do that.
It's all about us. And we bring some apps that we hope are interesting and fun for you, but it's mainly apps that we are using in our own lives. And so that hopefully translates into some usefulness for you. It's me and three other guys who host the show. And starting with the Door-to-Door Geek, Steve McLaughlin from DoorToDoorGeek.com. Yo, Door.
Hello.
What is happening?
This week is absolutely insane. First off, at my 9 to 5, it's what they call the legislative session.
What?
I
think I saw that movie.
Exactly. It's where people ask a bunch of questions to other people, and I'm the grunt who has to do all the actual work. So I'm having lots of fun.
Don't you hate being told what to do? From certain people, I guess.
I like being asked to do something versus told, but beggars can't be choosers, and I'm kind of begging.
Okay.
But the last 24 hours, non-work related, much better. Oh, so much better.
Really?
Oh, but we'll get to that later.
Okay. Thanks, Dor. Also joining us, Sean Johnson from SJGeek89 on Twitter. What's up, Sean?
How's it going, guys?
And also Sean Johnson on Google+.
Yes, not Sean Johnsoni.
That's
Sean
right.
Johnson.
Changed your ethnicity again today.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Nothing, man. I'm just glad to be here, having as I said, an apricot wheat beer, and I need it. Ever since a few weeks ago when I trashed my phone, I've just been having really bad tech luck. The other day, I knocked a perfectly good 650 gig hard drive right on the floor. Slow motion, heard the smack, and I was just like, do I even bother plugging this in? And of course I did, and it was just like,
oh man.
No.
Yeah. So
did it have a lot of stuff on it?
No, I actually I just reformatted. It was going to be a spare drive for my new computer. I was going to throw it in, and I ended up throwing it in the garbage. So.
Well, I mean, I guess that could have been worse. 650 gigs of pictures and would suck, but
yeah,
it is not a good time for hard drives these days.
No. Luckily, it was just a spare I had laying around from an old computer, but it still hurt.
That sucks, man.
So,
well, hopefully we can help you here therapeutically by doing this show.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I'll lay on the bed
Sean,
here.
It's 2012 now. It's time to just start over fresh.
Yes. Listen to Eric. He knows what he's talking
about. Except it happened in 2012.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. So,
it could never be an omen for the rest of your year. There's no way.
Well, that's good.
Also joining us, Eric Ardini from SiliconWrench.com. Yo, Eric.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for having me tonight.
Thank you for coming on. Eric is also going to be filling in for me on Podnutz Daily for January, so tune in then to those shows if you'd like to hear Eric. What's going on with you?
I'm staying fairly steady, busy. I've been having a lot of hard drive problems too, but I haven't caused them myself. They've been coming in that way. Of course, when hard drives are expensive, that's when everybody needs one.
Good point. Yeah, it sucks.
I had a laptop come in, and I told her it'd be about $100, put a new hard drive in it. Oh, no, forget it. Well, okay.
Are you serious?
But then I had a little netbook just given to me because they didn't want to buy a hard drive. So, yeah, that's okay too.
Sure. It all works out.
Yep.
The balance of life.
I got a cheap hard drive I could sell you.
He's going to go fish it out of the trash. Dor, you want to go first today?
Sure, I'm happy to.
What do you got for us?
Okay. Roughly 24 hours ago or so, I was overwhelmed. I had enough. Enough was enough. So I went to root and ROM the Kindle Fire.
Ooh. Now, wait, we were all wrong in our estimation. Good job holding off. Wait, has it been a month?
It was like a day over a month.
Okay, well, you held out. I mean, congratulations for that. I don't know about the other guys, but I'll give you a round of applause. That must have taken some restraint.
I'm going to have to get my sheet out to see who won that pool.
Someone made some money.
I'll say for the first 2 weeks or so, I had the initial glaze of enamor over me of, I really just enjoyed it. And for the next week or so, really into the Amazon instant videos streaming service. Was like butter. Worked fantastic on the device. Watched a lot of Cisco and Picard and Kirk and the whole gang of Trekkies. And then the last week, didn't touch it a lot. And I thought to myself, the Amazon market sucks if that's your only choice. If it's an additional choice, I think it's great. But as your only real choice from the new user perspective, it's quite lacking.
What ROM is that?
Oh no, this was the default factory. Okay. You could use GitJar. It helped. It definitely helped, but Band-Aid on a stab wound kind of thing didn't really work. So last night I said I'm going to ROM this thing and root it. Okay. I said, first, and I always like to do this, Steve, let's do what a normal user would do, quote unquote, to root this device. So I went to XDA root wikis, all the popular ones. I went for the newer posting on how to root and ROM because typically over time it gets easier. Followed 3 of them step by step by step on a Windows box, and I couldn't get the thing rooted. It was a tumor. You had to go and edit this INI file and then copy this INF file over, and then you had to do all kinds of ridiculous driver manipulation. Turns out I could not get it to work. Windows 7 64-bit could not get the driver to work correctly at all. I literally pounded on it for well over an hour and a half. And, let me remind you, I already knew where to go. I already looked at these in the past, so that hour was not research.
I got to say, this is where ROMing for me would be dangerous, where I try a couple things, they don't work. Then, when that happens to me, I just get completely reckless after that, and I just start trying anything I could find, and then I get more and more reckless until I break something. Oh, you're raising your hand?
I agree. I totally agree with that, too.
Me, too, okay? Needless to say, I then broke down and said, let me just plug it up to Linux. The stumbling block I was on out of, let's say, a 15 or so step process, because this is not like plugging up the device and clicking a button or downloading an app and clicking a button kind of root method. This is the ADB command line Project Swordfish kind of thing. A lot of commands had to be typed, and the device has to be picked up and recognized correctly for it to work. Out of 20 commands, 15 commands in, it stopped working. It wouldn't work anymore because I got to a key step. Put on the Linux, bang, bang, boom. I got what's called twerp from TeamView installed and configured. That is the Clockwork mod, if you will, for the Kindle, because Clockwork mod requires hard volume buttons to scroll up and down, and a camera button and or the other button to select, or the power button to select. You don't have those buttons. You know what I mean? This has one button on it, and that's it. To get into TeamWin was a touch tricky. The directions weren't ultimately clear. I had to watch a video for it. You hold down the power button. Once you see like a street sign, like a triangle, then you hold down the power button again and you wait for it to turn orange because it's green. You hold it down, it turns orange, let it go, and then 5 seconds later or so, TeamWin pops up. Now you have a touch screen interface. Root, ROM, wipe the cache, wipe the DAO, do all kinds of stuff. So I got there. First thing I did to remain honorable, I ran, leapt, jumped, hurdled everything else over to the miui.us website, went to their forums, Kindle development, download, I think it was 12.29, I think was the version number. One big thing, I literally downloaded it 80 times, okay? Not once did I get the correct MD5 calculation on the file. Big files, what you really should do is download the file and check its MD5 hash versus what it says it's supposed to be. I was using Firefox, down them all, automatic MD5 hash checking, never once got right. So either they changed the file and forgot to update the MD5 hash, or every time I was getting bad downloads. I still went, but this time I was also upset. So when I first went in to do the ROM, I didn't do a backup, Steve. So I don't know if I can ever go back to the default.
You would never want to go back, and there's no reason, right?
If I go to, I don't know. But either way, I got, like you said, I got extremely frustrated to the point where I literally just wanted to push physically for the device to do it, kind of thing.
Yes.
Installed MIUI, gorgeous. One app that came loaded by default was called Button Savior. Timster picked it weeks ago. Put a little teeny nub on the side. I clicked that, and then it gave me home, back, menu, and search. So I had my 4 buttons, and it worked in the app that was on the main screen. Helped me feel much better. But I would not stop getting forced close messages every 3 to 30 seconds. I'm almost assuredly going to come back to MIUI once they cleaned it up. So today at work, I said, I'm not going out for lunch today because there's too much work, but I need some me time. So I downloaded Cyanogen Mod 9, CM9, for the Kindle Fire, downloaded it, connected via USB, transferred it over, rebooted into TeamWin, click, bang, install. I had to wipe Davit cache, and I had to do something called factory reset, which was different than the other 2 options. Once I did that, it booted up clean, booted up nice, runs like butter. Game Dev Story works great on it, by the way. The game I can't stop playing.
Yes.
But it is now easily, in my mind, a $300 tablet, at least, for $200.
Really? So it runs it well?
Runs it gorgeously. Only issue I've ever seen, and I pounded this a lot today, Steve. Once in a while, when I hit this corner down here, nothing happens.
Yeah.
And then
just stop hitting it.
And then after a couple tries, I get the little pop up.
That's weird. Like 10 times you had to hit it.
Well, sometimes it's the first time. Sometimes it's literally 10 times. But I mean,
it does look great.
Yeah. Now, one thing about MIUI I noticed, it's not really built for the Kindle Fire because it has phone stuff built into it and text messaging stuff built into it. That might have been really the crust of the issues. But this is genuine ice cream sandwich. Definitely built for a tablet because there's no phone stuff anywhere, and a about tablet. I mean, it does reference tablet in multiple places. I'm really silly full happy. Battery is still showing to me that it's good. I'm not probably getting as good as battery life compared to the default Kindle OS because it, I'm sure, was very streamlined for it. But I'm still getting really good battery life. At least a day with normal use, with geek use, definitely 6 hours plus.
Sweet.
That's
yeah,
good.
that's not bad.
It's good. Good to know. And then it makes me want to get a Kindle Fire more. I'll tell you that.
Well, the gimmick is they're only $200.
Yeah.
If you honestly think about it, yin versus yang, ends versus means kind of thing, for $200, I really, honest to God, swear it is absolutely worth it.
That's the thing. $200.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. If it was $300, it'll be really hard for me to say. If it was even $320, I would say no way. You know.
Yeah.
And it isn't because I don't think it's worth it. I mean, competitive